Hello folks, Adrian here from the Rugby Nerds. Thanks for joining us. With me obviously is
Jean-Pierre,
the Priya, pretending to be a French person. Again guys, thanks for watching the last video. We obviously very appreciative of it. This is something we love doing.
Yes.
And this is just for fun, and then obviously sharing some of our in-depth knowledge of the game we love so very much.
Quickly, thank you for the feedback. It was very positive, and we know it was a bit long. We keep it short this time, and we're gonna split it up into two videos. We're gonna do the recap of the quarterfinals, and then the next video we'll
do our predictions
for next
analysis.
Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna jump straight into Wales versus Argentina. Argentina taking this one 29-17. A game of two halves.
Yeah.
I think most games was actually a game of two halves.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for me, just to run through it quickly. Obviously, the most important thing: Jaco Piper getting injured.
You don't see that every day.
Calf,
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it was a massive loss from a South African point of view. But that's when the game changed.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Argentina won. It was like
Look, again, like we mentioned, we are Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
And we do want to do it. Wales, I quite like the Welsh team overall, like I mentioned.
They play a lot. There's a lot the same rugby as we do. So
the old South Africa. I would say now we've changed our game slightly,
yes,
right? So we've not put part from the traditional game. So just to quickly run through it, for me, like I kind of expected, Liam Williams was pretty good. He made 140 meters. Boffelli, point machine. Yeah. He's really, really good. He's an old hand now. He's been through this before. They're almost there and abouts.
Yes.
Like we mentioned. Anyway, so Jack Morgan had a great game. Zamet, also real stalwart of the game. One thing for me that was evident is Argentina's fly off, right? Carreras. He gets tremendous meters with his kicking.
Yes.
Every time they were under pressure, he gets the ball and he boots it 50, 60 meters. And then I didn't think they did well enough with all the ball they got as well, Wales.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think? We look at the meters, right? So Argentina only had 425 meters, and obviously Wales at 619 meters. But it's also due because of that return ball the whole time.
Yes, and also if you look at defenders beaten, it's almost the same. But the running meters is like way less than Wales.
No, 100%. But overall, I think the game, it was a solid game. But geez, look at the kicking meters. So Argentina had 1,384 kicking meters compared to 744. But that's very, very much with that Carreras actually putting all those meters in. So for me, the score was a bit inflated. I think the game was much closer. I think with Sanchez intercepting at the end there, it just kind of makes it look more rosy. But it was a very close game. And
what did we say last week? We said, Nicolas Sanchez can come on, win the game for you, and that's kind of exactly what he did.
They have class fly-ups.
Yeah.
They always bring up some great flyer that does his thing. But I'm going to try not to touch on the game too much, JP.
Yes.
Because obviously there's a whole bunch of things we need to discuss. So let's quickly jump to the other game. The other game was Fiji.
First, Ireland, New Zealand.
Oh, Ireland, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick that one off for us?
Yeah, so also, a lot like, okay, we're going through the Springbok game just now, but a lot like that, I think 33 phases defended.
Sure, that's insane.
And we said Ireland is a phase team. If they start building up phases, they're gonna kill you. And I think New Zealand won that game by just pure
tenacity.
Yeah, just
grit.
Yeah, they pulled it out of the hat. And again, I think the better team on the day, the better rugby playing team was Ireland.
Yeah, 100%. No two ways about it.
And we said Sam Cane. We both not at all fans. Sam Cane played the best game of
I think in his New Zealand career.
Yeah.
I think he rose to the occasion. Obviously, Odyssey as a class. But
Odyssey Via got man of the match, right?
Yeah.
But I actually said after the game, and I watched that game intensely, and I thought Sam Cane was man of the match. He just gave it everything.
Yeah, he rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
100%. He played a captain's game.
But I must give it to Ireland as well.
22 tackles, Sam Cane. That's insane.
That's crazy, yeah.
Insane.
But I must give it to Ireland. They just keep to their structure the whole time. that recycle ball, that quick ruck. They run and they run and they run. Even though when they were behind at one stage, they just kept that all. That's what they do well.
That's what they do well.
They don't panic and they just kept on.
And yeah, they got tremendous ball retention, so they'll keep ball for a lot of phases in there. Obviously, they hope people make mistakes when they keep these phases. What New Zealand did was, again, they just defended like Trojans, and that won the game for them in essence. Just looking through the stats again, it is one-sided.
Yeah,
leaning all towards Ireland. They did all the playing, did all the passing. Defenders beaten 10 more than New Zealand. All floating game, same thing. So if you look at the stats, they should have won easily, right?
Stats.
Yeah, the stats won. But also a guy that was off form from Ricky Ahone, played well. New Zealand had 2 yellow cards as well in the game.
In the game, yeah, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, one thing that was very strange for me is when they took off Josh van der Vlier. I actually didn't see that coming. I thought that was a bit odd because they took him off at the 59th minute. I thought that was strange. Maybe there's some underlying reason, but overall, if you look at tackling success rate, 83%.
Aaron Smith's yellow card.
Yeah.
That he just reached his hand out, but that's yellow card.
No, that's a yellow card.
Yeah.
That's a yellow card.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards, still win the game with the stats stacked against you. I think brilliant from New Zealand.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think again, probably not the best team won, but pressure plays a part here, and I think if you have the ball for 33 phase or 36 phase or whatever it was, and you can't score, that means the pressure is going to start mounting.
Yeah.
And what is a great defensive tackle from Jordy Barrett as well.
Yeah.
That's a try. That's a game changing moment.
And also that break from Wanga that set up. Who scored there?
I can't remember.
Anyways, so a great line break from the set piece line out, ran through. I can't remember who scored now, but it also just New Zealand can hurt you with a small little moment like that. All the defense in the world, and then just try.
100%. In essence, I'm glad New Zealand won. I feel sorry for players like Johnny Sexton and Bandiaki and
Johnny Sexton.
Yeah, I mean, this was their World Cup potentially.
Yeah, it was theirs to lose at one stage.
Yeah, this was theirs to lose. I do think the next 4. I don't think they will be that good in the next 4 because they are losing key players,
big names. Yeah.
So even though some of the commentators said they think they will still dominate. I don't think so. I think they will go through also semi-phasal building again.
Yeah, but guys like Omani won't go through Sexton,
Bandiaki, James Lowe won't make it.
There's a lot of players.
Yeah, a lot of foreigners there.
Bandiaki was brilliant, by the way.
No, if they went through the final, he would play the World. He might still get played the World.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because he's a stand-up player for me in the World Cup thus far.
That try he scored against New Zealand in that quarterfinal is crazy.
Yeah, no, brilliant. So quickly then, moving on to England versus Fiji. It's the one game I actually didn't care to watch. I did watch it, but I didn't really get into it. It's not because it's England, but it is because it's England.
England was never gonna. I watched the game. England was never gonna lose that game, even though they were 24 each at one stage. And before Farrell kicked the drop goal, they were never going to lose that. They were in control of the game. Fiji can hurt you out of all ends of the field, but I never had a doubt about.
I agree with you. I didn't think.
I don't think they either. You know what I mean? Even though they were 24 all at one stage, I never.
No doubt to that. No, 100%. They're too much of a structured team. I do think you need a lot of structure to win a World Cup. The will come down to boring games.
Yeah.
Kicking, chasing, set play rugby, and I don't think Fiji has the set play to do that.
I must just point out one player that played.
Yeah, I know you played.
The Ben Earl.
Yeah,
Yeah, what a game he had. He played out of his skin.
He's proper.
Yeah. But they always have good loosies. We said it last week as well.
But
I rate Tom Curry very highly, and also Sam Andiel, who's not playing in the World Cup. I think that was a stupid decision by Borthwick, but.
Yeah, obviously Ben Earl came from nowhere. I saw him in the Six Nations, and I was like, okay, this guy seems like fired up.
No, he played well. He's going to play well against us as well. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think let's get to when we do our predictions.
Yeah.
To jump into it, but obviously Owen Farrell stood up. he had a captain's game as well. Not the most likable person, but I'll give it to him.
But that combination with that new scrum off of theirs, what's his name?
Alex Mitchell.
Mitchell, Farrell with Tuilagi inside centre. That's it. And what's Marchant? He played a great game on Saturday as well.
Danny Key also, every time he comes up, he kind of does something for me.
No, he does, yeah.
Every time he comes up, he kind of does something. So I think he's one of those guys that also makes an impact. But if you look at the game overall, from kicks of hand, meters made from kicks, same. Attack England, slightly more meters than Fiji. But this was actually, on paper, this looks quite close. If you look at the defenders beaten, it's very similar, 34 to 29. Offloads, obviously Fiji 10. England 4. This kind of shows you the type of rugby. And obviously the rocking game. Yeah, overall, for me, like I said, I didn't really watch it intensely. I tend not to enjoy games England play. So,
well, you're gonna have to
this weekend. I'll really dive into it. So that's kind of quick through that, and then we'll run through the last one: South Africa versus France. It's obviously the same as the Ireland-New Zealand game.
A lot the same. It's very similar. The whole game was similar.
Yeah, I spoke to you afterwards, obviously, and I do think France, they were the better team in the sense of they dominated the game, and especially I would say from minute 0 to minute 50. Yeah. For me, they were really dominating.
Yeah, I must be honest, and people will probably take me out for this, but I was sitting here at halftime and I said, I don't think we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, even though it was still, the score was still close, just the way they played for that first half, I'm actually getting like...
Hey, look at you!
Goose flesh, right?
Goose bumps.
Goose flesh is the same thing. Chicken skin. I couldn't see us winning that game. It was just, especially when Eben went off and...
I was nervous because we score most of our points between minute 40 and minute 60, and obviously at that point Eben went off and I was like, oh, this actually changes the game slightly, or the way we usually play. So thankfully nothing happened in those 10 minutes that we was off. But let's quickly just recap the first half, right? So obviously they dominated. Anton de Bon is he's a generational player.
He's that good.
He literally is that big. I think he's sensational. The way they did the short kicks to keep them going forward. We struggled with it. We really did.
It's also because he kicks off both feet, and that keeps you guessing because you can't defend that.
Yeah, and Jalibert played also really well for me. He really
what's
moved us around.
What's the wing's name?
Pinot.
Yes, they're just a good team.
Yeah, overall. One thing we did was we had 5 opportunities to score in this game. We took all 5 opportunities.
That's crazy. And
all 5 opportunities, which is obviously special. I'm just quickly. Let's do a special shout out to the JK method, Jesse Creel. What a flippin' hero for us.
Everything I've ever said about him, because I'm not the biggest fan, but he always brings his. He does what he's
supposed to do really well.
But he's just stepped that up, like. Yeah, this World Cup. He's one of my players of the World Cup, actually.
Definitely for South Africa.
Yeah,
I mean, like he's done exceptional things. That little grubber for
Colby.
For Colby, yeah. That was literally off the toe.
But it was also from a turnover.
Yeah.
Peter Steff, the toy, took the ball. He passed it wide to JC Krill. He could have tried to go himself. I think he probably has the pace to take that gap.
But yeah, he did the better thing. He made a good decision.
Because if that ball didn't bounce for Colby, would it still be on attack at that stage?
Yeah.
But that was good. He was just... And his defense was just ridiculous.
I think he reads it so well. Because, look, our defense obviously works well because it's an aggressive defense. But there's obvious holes in our defense.
Yeah, definitely. But that's our defensive structure. Because we give them the space. Isn't that how we do it?
No, 100%. But I do think there's opportunity for England to actually expose us.
And England do that. They have done that.
Yeah, the game in 2018.
Yeah, with Apio Dianti.
Yeah, just skip over try time.
There was 3 tries scored, I think, in the first 15 minutes. Yeah,
but that was when we started the structure.
Yeah.
So in essence, if you look at the stats, they should have beat us comfortably. But those big moments, we rose to the occasion. I thought, like Eben Etzebeth, obviously he was a machine. Franco Morse, he played solid game for me.
Peter Steff was brilliant.
Peter Steff is just an annoyance almost for everyone. He's kind of there and then about, even though we missed 41 tackles the game.
Yeah.
That's not really a true reflection. I think the 41 tackles, because the way we tackle, we'll always slip.
You will always slip a tackle.
Yeah, it's just the pressure.
But you know that like our scramble defense is a practice defense.
Yeah, it's a kind of a structure we work with.
Yeah, so
obviously it works for us. I don't think it'll work for everyone.
No.
And just to touch on a couple more things. The hooker for France, Movaka?
Yeah, he plays well.
Oh, jeez, he's a tank. He made me really nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like really nervous.
Especially like that try he also scored.
Yeah, but it was like he reminded me of Lucas van Billjon. For those who don't know, there was a hooker in the early 2000s. It
was a cannonball.
Yeah, it reminded me of that. It just kind of went in there and smashed everyone.
A bit like the Angry Warthog. What's his name? The one from Mavericks brother.
Akker. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, he just went in there and he was exceptional, but he got gassed.
Yeah,
he definitely got gassed. You could actually see in the 60th minute they kind of just ran out of fuel.
And can I just point on that? I don't know if that was your next point, but the momentum shifted in our favor exactly on the 60th minute.
Yeah.
And then then I started like believing again.
Exactly. I think I was still worried, and I messaged you. I'm like, oh, I don't know, this is not looking more good for us.
No.
But yeah, other 6 minutes we were more composed.
And I think a big part of that is Kwagga Smith coming on.
Oh, what's that thing Russell calls it? Battle points, right?
Yeah.
And he's the highest scorer when it comes to battle points.
Yeah.
Right?
Positives.
Yeah, positive. Yeah.
He does something positive like every few seconds. Is crazy.
Yeah, but again, the man for the moment steals the ball, score 3 points, pressures on them, and then scoreboard pressure. What is it? That just keeps on mounting. You start making mistakes.
Because I was like, why would we kick that kick? Right? Rather put pressure, go for the try. Anyway, it's going to be a score. They can still score and be in front. But that made the difference.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
The difference.
But yeah, overall, it was obviously nerve-wracking. I hate the Sunday game, first of all. But at least that's over with. But yeah, it was a nerve-wracking game. It was just what we needed, South Africa as well.
And they can say what they want to say. I'm going to be that biased fan. We won the game. They can go on and on about stats and
Ben O'Keefe making mistakes. Yes, he made mistakes, 100%. I do think,
but he made it both ways.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I think probably one major call he missed was Steven Kitshoff actually knocking the ball out of under the pocket. That was a penalty and a yellow card for me.
Yeah,
but he overlooked it, and thanks Ben O'Keefe.
Just quickly touch on Ibn's intercept.
Yeah,
attempt.
The knockback. So obviously, I don't know if you saw that thing from that old ref. The one we really like. But anyway, he does a World Rugby thing, and he kind of does the analysis on refs matches. So he said that call is not the right or not the wrong call. There wasn't enough angles to actually make a certain call, and you can't do an uncertain yellow card.
But it makes sense when you go for intercept and you knock it forward.
The obvious yellow card.
Yeah, but I've never actually seen it being knocked back. I haven't like.
No, I tried to look from angles that obviously that I could, but it looked like for me it was either down or it was backward. For me, it didn't look forward at all. And just before we kind of just finish off this video is Cheslin Colby's charge down for the conversion.
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant. I didn't see it in another angle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which I thought it was offside.
Okay, so I read the whole thing because him playing with Ramos at Toulon.
Yes, I read about it as well.
Yeah, so Ramos, he said he's been like studying him while he was playing it because Colby obviously also kicked posts when he was there. So Ramos takes a little step back. That's part of his pre-kicking routine. So when he took that little step back,
and then you can actually start running.
Then you can start running because they said if he was offside, you can only when you start. But whatever movement you make, that's your run up for your place kicking. And he takes a little step back, part of his routine, and then he can go, and that's how he got it.
I'll share the video with you. I'll see if I can put it in the description at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I think for now that's kind of the wrap for us when it comes to the recap.
Do you think the best teams are through to the final four?
Well, yes, I think so. I'm obviously happy. The French supporters and Irish supporters will probably not agree with me at all. But I'm happy. Again, pressure. You need to win the pressure to win the game.
And you can see the experience of the New Zealand team and the South African team.
They've done this before.
Yeah.
They've done this before.
And just like last thing, that the balance of world rugby is kind of, I like it the way it is now again.
Yeah, it is. Look,
there must be 2 northern hemispheres in the top 2 and 2 in
southern hemispheres.
But the southern hemispheres must be 1 and 2.
Yeah, I do think the French will kick on.
Yeah.
I do think they'll be very good for the next 4 years again.
They have a very good junior system.
They've got an amazing system, and they do have a lot of young players there.
Yeah, and they just won the Junior World Cup again, right?
Yeah. No, their system,
and the year before that.
Yeah, they're excellent. It's systems. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Obviously, like and subscribe,
and smash that bell button.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, that's what my son says.
Okay, cool, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll post the other one soon. Cheers.